Hello. My name is Naisha, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to discuss um, chapters 18 and 19 of chapters 18 to 20 of First Comes Love. If you haven't been following the whole story, or if you haven't played it yourself, I suggest you go check it out. But basically the whole premise of First Comes Love is basically the person you love is back in town, and it's time to unpack a drunken promise from your college years. This story is on Choices Story You Play. It's a mobile game app that you can either get on Google Google Play Store and Apple Store if you want to. There will be spoilers, so I'm just letting you know now. This is a spoiler warning. So spoilers. Okay. So basically 18 to 20. And also I'm also going to just talk about it in general, like the whole story in general. But yeah, I would definitely link videos of me talking about the other chapters, and also a video to the playlist where Locum 23 he did the whole thing. So if you want to watch that, or if you want to play it yourself, you can. But basically 18 to 20, chapter 18, the premise of that is you and Becca, y'all hash it out. Like, that's the whole chapter. The whole chapter is y'all hashing out while y'all looking for Blake, because Blake was looking for you. Well, Jody. Blake was looking for Jody. And of course, Jody is the type of person, she listen to a conversation, and if she doesn't hear what she wants to hear, she'll run or something like that. The only time she didn't run was when she and Eve was eavesdropping on Blake and Becca. But anywho, yeah, that's what chapter 18 is about. And they kind of come to a neutral stance between the two of them. Chapter also, I want to say that chapter 18, Lino and Eve go to the hospital because Felicia is in labor. Chapter 19 is basically Blake, Jody. Also, by the way, Jody is the main character, default name that I'm going with. But anyway, but Blake and Jody and Becca, they're going to the hospital to see the baby, because the baby already was born, and his name is Angelo, which I thought was pretty. I thought it was a cute name. Chapter 19 is basically them going to the hospital, Blake and Jody finally telling each other how they feel. And then if you want to, you could have them do it in in that um in that chapter. And then at the end of the chapter, it's Jody's birthday. It's her 30th birthday, and Blake has a surprise for her. And so that is where that chapter ends, basically with Blake surprising Jody with a little surprise party. And then chapter 20 is, of course, you having fun with your friends and stuff like that. And also Blake proposes to Jody. Of course, she said yes. They have their little fun. If you want them to have a little fun, get a little intimate, you can. And that's how the story ends and stuff like that. So basically, in chapter 18, you kind of have a mutual understanding with Becca. Chapter 19 is y'all finally, not only is Angelo born, but Blake and Jody finally, tell each other how they really feel, and our boyfriend, girlfriend. And then chapter 20, because of course it's 7 months later, But yeah, chapter 20 is several months later. Jodie's celebrating her birthday, and Blake pops the question. And so, overall, in my opinion, I do not care for this story. Like, I don't. I guess because I thought this was going to go another way. I've said it before in one of my videos. I can't remember what I said. I can't remember which video it was. But I said in my video, well, yeah, I said in my video, or I think I said, if I didn't say that, I'm going to say it out loud. I thought that this was going to be like, maybe Jodie has given up on love, and Blake and like her 30th birthday is coming, but I'm thinking like maybe she give up on love, but Blake is trying to show her. So that type of cliche type of situation where like a friend tries to show another friend what they missing, and then they end up falling in love and all that stuff. Or basically I didn't know it was gonna be Jodie going after her best friend while he's taken, by the way. And it's like I understand where she's coming from, because she did try hard. Well, I don't even think she tried hard. I'm just gonna say she did try. Excuse me, she did try to tell him how she feel other times. It just never went anywhere. And my whole situation is, even when he was leaving, she could have still told him, like, hey, I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying that you can't go. But I just want to let you know that I always been in love with you. And then whenever you come back, I would like to try and see if we can have a relationship. That's what I'm saying. She could have said that. And I would, like, she could have said that. No, like, she'd just say something, and then like she'd be like, hey, I gotta tell you something, and then Blake interrupt her, or like, yeah, it'd be like, oh, I have to tell you something, or like she be like, look at him, be like, oh, I'm so in love with him, but I have a boyfriend. Child, do you know how fast and quick I would break up with my boyfriend if I know I'm in love with a person and things like that? So this sounds like, I just, no, like, I just didn't care for the story, because Jodie got on my damn nerves. Her dialogue, her like inner dialogue is what got on my nerves and things like that, because she would say something about Becca. I'm thinking like, what? Becca's not really doing anything wrong. And then when Becca would say something, or if Becca would complain, or like you could tell Becca is not really an outdoorsy type of chick. I guess it's because since I'm not really a outdoorsy type of chick and stuff like that, like, I mean, I was when I was younger, but now that I'm getting older, my allergies are getting worse and stuff like that. I try not to be outside that often, but I don't see nothing wrong with like Becca like being like the way she is. I also don't see anything wrong with Blake being with Becca, to be honest. And that's another thing. I thought like maybe if it went this way, maybe she could realize, I don't know, maybe seeing like, I thought like it could have went so many ways with this story. Like with Blake being with Becca, and Jodie realizing like he's happy and stuff like that, because he did look happy. You never know, people do change. It's like y'all may be in your 30s, and like everyone might be in their 30s and stuff like that. But except for Becca, because I don't think Becca's in her 30s. I think Becca is in her late 20s, like she's 29, 28 or something like that. But like I was saying, like Blake and Becca could have been a good couple. And somebody named Sky came to Jody. And it's like, shoot, you could have had something with Sky, because Sky wasn't even that bad either. He was attentive and things like that. He just seemed like an overall nice guy, in my opinion. So it's like, you could have went for him too, because he's outdoorsy. A little bit too outdoorsy, but outdoorsy nonetheless. But yeah, I guess like another thing, basically one of the things I didn't like was how they just shit on Becca. Because again, I ain't seen nothing wrong with Becca. Like, and shit on how Blake and Becca was so different. What's wrong with it? Like, sometimes, I'm sorry, but I'm not about to sit there and be with someone who is like a male version of me. Oh, hell to no. I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to do that. I'm legit not about to do that. Like, yeah, we can have some things in common. Hell, we can have most things in common. However, I do want us to be a little bit different. Like, you like this type of situation, I like that type of situation. And okay, maybe, because I'm about to say, yeah, Jody and Blake are different, especially when it comes to like the cooking thing, because he's into cooking. But like, to say that they have stuff in common, because I'm thinking like they were different too. Like, just like all they had in common was hiking and being adventurous and stuff like that. Whereas, again, I don't see nothing wrong with Blake and Becca, because like, one thing they have in common is that they're in the food world. Like, she's a food critic and he's a chef. So they're in the food world and things like that. She is adventurous because she does indeed like to travel. It's not like she don't. I mean, it might be luxury and might not be outdoorsy, but you never know. She could try to, well, not try to love it, but she could, get used to it. And hey, you never know. She would probably enjoy it and stuff like that. And again, it's like, you don't know how she will react. Like, hey, she's in her late 20s. Okay. Like, you don't know. Maybe there'll be a point where she's in her 50s or something. And she's like, yeah, I don't feel like doing all this traveling. I'd rather just, stay at home or something like that. But because like, to say that like they have everything in common, because let's be honest, Jody and Blake didn't have everything in common. The only thing they had in common was like they like to hike, there was adventurous and stuff like that. They enjoy hanging out with their friends. I mean, their friends enjoy hanging out with them too. So, and again, Becca could have fit in right along with that. Matter of fact, I feel like she has, because it seems like everybody's okay. And that's the thing. Everybody is okay with Becca except for Eve, because Eve was always okay with Becca. But everybody's okay with Becca now that she and Blake are not a couple. I just thought that was kind of crazy. Like, really? Like, don't get me wrong. Now, I can understand if Becca was just like a evil ass bitch. But that's another thing. She's not an evil ass bitch. She's a normal good woman, like, legit. She's successful in what she does. She's educated. She's a family person. She's family oriented. She's not like a vindictive, evil son of a witch and stuff like that. Also, I did say witch. Just in case if people think like mispronounced bitch, I was actually saying witch. But anyway, but yeah, she was overall a good woman. There was nothing wrong with her. Like, just because she would rather be in a spa than hike. I'm sorry, but if I'm in a 5-star like place and they have everything from spa And then like they have everything around you from like spa to like a vineyard or like a winery, are just like restaurants galore. Like I'm just saying, yeah, I'm going to enjoy the finer things in life if we at a place where we could get 5 stars everything. I would take that over like just going hiking. Like don't get me wrong, I would go hiking. I ain't going no cave though. That's one thing I won't do. Like you're not about to see. I'm not about to sit there and go in the cave because that cave could collapse. And nah, I ain't doing all that. But I go hiking and I go zip lining and stuff like that. Like I do stuff that's adventurous, but excuse me. Oh, my throat. But yeah, I do like everything like that. But I wouldn't, I wouldn't take. I would take the opportunity to enjoy the finer things. And I ain't see nothing wrong with Becca wanted that. For like them to like say, oh, they have nothing in common and stuff like that. Clearly they have something in common for them to like get together and stuff like that. And even if they didn't have anything in common, they could always make stuff in common. You feel me? So I didn't see nothing wrong with that and stuff. I guess I just didn't like because I didn't like Jody being homewrecker. Because even though Jody keeps denying, and like she does, she says, "Oh, I'm not homewrecker." Where you could put either like I wasn't a homewrecker, or like you could put like, "I'm sorry if I was," and stuff like that. But yeah, I just this is not one of my stories. This is not one of my cup of tea and stuff. And then I feel like there was some grammar like on like from what from what um from what Locum was reading, because and he would like substitute some words because like of how it sounded, because I understood like what he was doing, because I was like, oh, that don't okay, like the whole grammar situation. And also, is it me, or it just seems like the outfits are just not worthy of diamond choices. Like I'm gonna be honest, because that outfit she had for her birthday outfit, like I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to birthday outfits, they should be spectacular. They should be wonderful. They should be for the gods. Okay? Like I'm just saying, they should be top tier. And don't get me wrong, I love purple. I'm a purple woman. Like I love the color purple. Okay? I may not like the movie, but I love the color. Okay, if you didn't get that joke, that like if that slid, if that like went past your head, I can't help you. Not sorry. But back to what I was saying, I love the color purple, but that dress wasn't all that. Like I expected something spectacular, especially when it's her birthday. It's her birthday. And you mean to tell me you got her just that light purple dress? That's supposed, like, really? That's supposed to be worth, no, absolutely not. That's not even worth one diamond. It sure ain't. So yeah. I just feel like, yeah, I feel like most of the outfits ain't really all that. Like I'm not impressed. Like when it came to other stories like Royal Romance and stuff like that, when it came to them, it just, yeah, this with all the outfits that was like, that Jody had, it wasn't given what it was supposed to be given, in my opinion. It just was not. So I didn't really care for the outfits. Sometimes the grammar, like the dialogue, it wouldn't sound right. Because again, I watched Locum 23 playing, so yeah, it didn't sound right. The story in general just isn't my cup of tea. it isn't what I expected it to go and stuff like that. I think that's the only thing I like was it didn't like, it was something that I wouldn't think of. Um yeah, something I wouldn't think of like seeing. Well, no, let me take that back. Because I feel like Hallmark has done something like this. Yep. I feel like Hallmark has done something like this. Hallmark, a Lifetime, a Ion, maybe Netflix. Like I'm just saying, yeah. I feel like But yeah, overall, what would I rate this? I would say a 3 out of 5 stars. Like to me, this was like decent. It was decent. Like, and I'm talking about the whole book in general, from chapter 1 to chapter 20. Like from the beginning to the end, I give this a 3 out of 5 stars. Um, it's just Jodie, because like again, like I said, her in some of her inner dialogue, some of them were funny and was very ruthless. Others, I was just like, Jodie, you make me sick. Like, I just didn't care. But if anyone likes like stories that deal with best friend, marriage pact, and rivalry, I also enjoy a good rival story. Not like this though. But if anyone enjoys stories like this, I would definitely recommend the story to you. Because it may not be my cup of tea, but it could be yours. Now, if anyone has anything they want to mention, or if anyone wants to like put their opinions, say what they like about it, what they didn't like about the story, they can. Just let me know in the comments below. You can always like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, see ya.